Welcome everybody to the stretch run. This is Oldy along with my good buddy Chris Walsh. Chris, how you doing today?
Excellent, Oldy. I'm doing great. I'm monitoring this Michigan game. Got Michigan and Florida State both to just win at plus 155. So
Yeah.
We'll see if I'll be watching the Florida State game tonight if Michigan can pull this out.
And, I mentioned to you that I would just as soon see the entire game implode and neither team win.
No more ties in college football. Used to be a thing.
Yes. Yeah. No, I know. When I was in college, we had an opportunity to tie Nebraska, and we went for two when Nebraska was the number one team in the country, and we were like 1-9.
Well, that just goes to show how
we were all screaming for the coach to kick the extra point and just ruin Nebraska's season.
Yeah, and that goes to show how old you are, because Nebraska hasn't been anywhere close to the best team in the country for, I don't know, probably 20 years.
Well, they weren't the best team in the country then either. I think that they did not win the national title that year either. But
kickoff out of bounds. That's great. 27-17 Michigan over Ohio State. Hey, Wiz, good to see you. I don't know if you watched that race last night at Remington, but the 4-horse did win. So Oldie was quick to point out the errors of his ways last night when we were off the air.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it the errors of my ways, but I was quick to agree that in this case I was wrong.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it does.
We're all wrong.
We're all wrong more than we're right doing this. So.
All right. Well, you got your Gulf Stream up there, and it looks like we're getting close to post time.
Yep. So, just keeping one eye on Gulfstream here, and they're not quite to the post yet, but we'll put the sound and get everything ready here. And all right, so if we're looking at Gulfstream here, here's my ticket, which is showing here. We're spreading in the first leg in the non-winners of one or non-winners of two lifetime race. Race two, we're just the 6 and the 1, the top two picks here. Both third-time starters. First time Saffie Joseph for the 6 breakout, and the 1 Delgado horse. I believe this horse was highlighted by Alfredo today because of the GSR jump. Very interesting horse. I think this horse has a big shot here. He did not like the long shot Real Macho here. Just doesn't seem like that talented of a horse, and the type of horse that can, at 42 GSR, is capable of beating these other two horses. So that I'm 2-4. So I'm 4-10, 8-2 on the win percentage line. It's a lot of speed here, so this could set up perfectly for the 2 who, has and can rate. Interestingly, the 4 can battle and rate. The 10 is just a speedball, but has been facing, around this group. And the 8's a speedball as well. So I do think this could set up nicely for the 2. That would be my top pick in race 9. And let's see, we are going in the gate. So
flip this on over.
That's as far as I'm getting here.
Well, the 5 got bet down off of its morning line, that's for sure.
Yeah. We got Bob the Builder in the house. Can he build it?
I don't know. Not entirely sure, but we're going to find out here. Yeah, there's the race.
I'm not sure why they were slow to.
Steps in.
There we go.
Just two left here for the 7th race. Get your final moments for the late pick 5 as that pool has eclipsed 100,000 and climbing here. The final moments. Last chance
It
here to
sounds
wait
like
to
he's
race
got
7.
a cold.
Yeah. Hello, Scott. What's going on, Chuck? Hope all is well with you. See you in a couple of months.
And we're almost in the gate here.
Always a nasty injury in that Michigan game too. They did not show the replay.
Yeah, but anybody with a DVR
And
can just
Tayara.
rewind. I mean, most people.
Now
If they don't want to show it, I don't need to see
Colby is
it.
up.
That's for
It'll
sure.
be out. It'll be out on
Last
Twitter
one to the
anyways.
outside. That's Val's
Yeah, and I don't need to see it.
They're at the post.
I'm just saying that unlike horse racing, where somebody's not sitting there with a camera, watching for this stuff, and then posting it, it's silly for them not to show the replay because it's going to get replayed 1,000 times.
Eight claimers,
a million times.
I can't wait till these races go away during the championship meet.
Yep. Non-winners of 2 lifetime, other than non-winner of 1 other than maiden, basically. Five furlongs on your favorite surface.
Touchdown, Ohio State.
They are off.
They are.
Yeah. Broke well from the center. Rough it up. Is up there on her outside. Jen Ritt hustled up for early position, and for the far outside, Val's Gal will move up to contend the early pace, but it's Tovia dead at the inside. Rough it up right there. Val's Gal 3 wide third. Old Town Madison squeezing through dead at the inside 4th with Tayara to Burr outside in 5th. Jen Rin's up at heavy traffic 6th. That's my Ashley to Burr outside. The back marker into Touring. The quarter was 22-1. Still 3 across as they move midway around the far turn. That's Tovia down at the inside. Rough it up right next door. Val's Gal continues a 3 wide bench. Motown Madison trying to get cranked up 4 wide. Tayara's 5 wide here. They're 5 across the track as they cut the quarter and turn for home. But it's still Tovia's short lead. She's driven out down at the inside. Rough it up. Still gain there in between fillies. Val's Gal's down the center from far back into Touring is late on the scene. As they come down to the finish, into Touring is lunging late with Rough Enough. Into Touring was up to win it from Rough Enough. It was very tight for show. Tovia there with Val's Gal 58-1.
Top pick, 16% to win, 5-1.
You'll take that all day.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right.
The pace just set up perfectly for that horse.
That 5 was game. That's for sure. I thought the 5 would have been completely off the board, but.
I mean, the 6 was more game than you would think too, based on, how its running lines look. But I guess this last race, you're out going short on the synthetic might just be what this horse wants to do. Probably needs the lead though. All right, we got 6 minutes to Tampa. We got 7 minutes to Aqueduct, 8 minutes to Fairgrounds. In between now and when we get Churchill and Laurel next. Any thoughts on where you want? Do you have a preference where you want to go? You want to go to Zia?
No, I don't want to go to Zia. Tampa's likely going to go off here. What does Aqueduct have cooking? It's a decent allowance. You've got to beat the 1. Bustin Bay. Which is a Linda Rice horse.
Yes. She must have gotten the probables ahead of time.
I keep asking her on her Facebook page if she's paid her fine yet, but they haven't replied.
The Mark Hennick horse is a little interesting. He's been better this year. He's gotten some better horses.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
The E picks are the 1 and the 4. I mean, the 4 ran in the Black-Eyed Susan for Brad Cox. Has a win against 62s. Took a while to break its maiden, especially for a Brad Cox horse. Usually
Yeah, he's been fairly quiet, Brad, this year, it seems like, right?
Yeah, but usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 races in, you don't see him hang on to that horse unless he thinks there's still something to that horse. Off the layoff, it's 22%. Has a win better than this group. It's 6-1, so there's some value there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go with the 4 here. What about you? What's your plan here?
Well, you got Velasquez on the 2 for Mark Hennig, good horse you talked about. The second pick, Brad Cox. I got to look at the 6 here, the long shot for Tom Morley. He's 18% off of a layoff, and he's 13% second back. So, I like the 6 a little bit at 8-1. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy here with anything.
Go crazy. The one horse I don't really like is which is going to put it in the winner's circle, is the 8. Toned up. I think that horse is just going to be too far back.
Well, this is where Rob Atlas, he gets his wins at Aqueduct. He certainly doesn't get him up at Saratoga. But you got to really scroll to go find yellow with this horse. So
yeah, him and Orlando Nada both, I think. But as Justin would say, this horse doesn't have to win the Boston Bay.
Well, Linda, Jose, it wouldn't. I've seen this horse win a number of times, so I wouldn't be too terribly surprised. But
all right, well, I'm going to play if comparative stays at 6-1. I'm just going to play a win bet there.
Seven minutes to go in the game. It's 3rd down and 2. Michigan with the ball.
Michigan.
They're sort of deep in their own territory here. I don't see them going for it if they don't get it.
Yeah, and I'll just say I was raised to my father hated Michigan and Ohio State growing up because they always beat Illinois in football.
Yeah. 1st down, Michigan. Hey, Tony's back. Hey, Tony, how are you? Tony likes the 6 here. So do I, Tony.
Hey, Tony. Everybody's been asking for you in the WhatsApp chat. Art's kind of worried about you. So check in on Art if you can. What did the Knicks do last night, Tony? I did not see.
I don't know if we've got a delay here at Aqueduct or what. They're walking around the horses, and they're not even out on the track yet.
They may, if it's cold, they may be. It does look like a delay, doesn't it?
Did you see there was I think it was yesterday, there was a race in Japan where one of the horses in that race, in the previous time it ran, it dumped the jock in the post parade and ran around the full lap around the racetrack, and they scratched it. It did the same thing yesterday, dumped the jock in the post parade, ran all the way around the racetrack. They got it. They put the jock back up, and they put the horse in the gate and ran it, and he won. So that's what I would do, is just take him out to the track, let him run himself around and get himself ready. That's pretty wild.
Well, no, that is pretty wild. No, I didn't see any of that. I'm not going to pretend like I did. Yeah, I mean,
on Twitter.
it is what it is, so to speak.
Apparently, a Marcus Vitale horse just broke down at the fairgrounds. Not a big surprise.
Well,
Not sure why Churchill allows that when they don't allow other things.
I don't know what it may be what the rules are in Louisiana of what they can ban and what they can't ban.
They can always private property. That's easy. I mean that exists everywhere.
Is fairgrounds private property, or
Yes.
are they running it?
It is private property.
Because the term fairgrounds makes me think public property.
No, it's not actual fairgrounds. It's not like Del Mar. And Del Mar was able to ban people as well. So all right, they're still dawdling around here. I don't know what the deal is.
I don't either, but let's see.
Well, we got
4 minutes to Churchill. So let's talk about Churchill in the meantime while we wait on Aqueduct.
4 minutes to Churchill, 0 minutes to post at Fairgrounds. Churchill, race 6.
Race 6. You have a bunch of it's a maiden race. You have no great works in this group. Let me pull up my chart for this as well. Churchill race 6. So for me, it was the 7 horse that I liked here.
Contour.
So E second pick, top win percentage for Asmussen. By Copper Bullet. You have the 13 for Maker who has rushed up and battled on the lead twice and hasn't been close at this level. Is your long shot and is 19%, but doesn't look all that good to me. The McPeak horse, the 12, also, has a decent 3-star work.
Yeah, I mean, so does your 7. Rosario on that one. There's a number of different ways you could go here. Looking at GSR, that's telling us that the 7 is top. The 5 is another one that's a first-time starter, getting 3-1 on that. Probably want to price shop here a little bit.
Well, that's what I'm talking. What's interesting is the Amos horse is getting bet.
Yeah. The Maker horse is getting bet as well. That one is the long shot and 5-2 at the moment.
Yeah, and if I'm price shopping here, for me as I'm going through here, I again like the 37% Asmussen horse who's 6-1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the McPeak horse who's 5-1. I don't like that McPeak's only 8% with firsters though.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And there's really no real standouts here anywhere else. A bunch of scratches in here as well. So
yeah, I mean this isn't a group that you're likely to see somebody on the Derby trail. To me,
probably not. No, it would have to be an eye-catching debut. Well, they're on the track at Aqueduct. Let me see.
No word on what the delay was there?
No, I didn't have the audio up and they didn't have anything on the screen.
Chuck says the top 2 picks have been deadly at Churchill today. And we do have the flame icon there too. So
yeah, not too terribly surprised, but
yeah. Let's look here. So we got the top pick. Top pick. Oh, wow, check out the price you got on the top pick in race 4.
broke slowly and was wide. Bombs away today at 47-1 before.
It's top pick and top win percentage. You got 5-1.
But Wayne Cattle
In race
all
4 at Churchill.
turns in the top last out, Willowy.
Top pick. So let's see.
6.
Second pick.
Alvin Taylor, first time starter by Tapper.
Second pick. So you got the early pick 5 was 2 seconds.
Yummy Bella.
And 3 top picks.
Thanksgiving Day feast.
And paid.
Perfect. Hasn't really been close. Yammy Bella at
700 and almost 730.
First time starter, tough poster. This Kenny McPeak trainee by Preservationist up there at the 5-1, taking some money here. So do take note of that.
They're going in the gate at Aqueduct.
All right. Well, we're going to stick here at Churchill.
All 3 starts.
Keep an eye on Aqueduct at the same time.
You can give us the update. I'll shut him off. $727 early pick 5 off the top 2 EE picks. Yeah. It's all you all got to just figure out when to play those and when not, because obviously you can't play them all.
You cannot. So they're off at Aqueduct. The 6 is trying to get to the lead, but it looks like the 3 is going to be able to get stuck to the inside of the 6 and keep the 6 from getting a comfortable lead. The 4 kind of got stuck in between those 2 horses, and the 1 is stalking right behind them. Now the 6 has let the 3 at 40-1 go, and the 3's cleared.
They're getting ready to load here at Churchill.
Here comes the. All right, so the 6 is faded back to 3rd now. It's the 4 and the 3 with the 1 still sitting in stalking position as they come to the turn. The horse that's really showing something, the 1's done, so the favorite's done. But the horse that's showing something, if it's not the 4 here, is going to be the 2. So it's either going to be 4-3
or Contour.
It's looking like the 4 is going to finally. No.
And Pin Up Betty. They're in the gate.
4 finally got past the 3, but we're not. The 4 is going to just hang on. The 2 is going to go 4, 2, 3.
They're off. So
sorry, Tony.
There at mid-pack, my sexy blonde took the worst of it and is relegated to the back. At mid-pack, my sexy blonde took the worst of it and is relegated to the back. Luminous Ruler breaks out in stride and is racing for the lead, and from the far outside, Pin Up Betty.
He could have gone with my sexy blonde, had a blonde moment.
Not far behind either. They sort themselves out up the back stretch now.
Flies this thing on.
Inside, up for narrow
13 didn't get the lead. That was interesting.
Second, these 2, 1, 2. 2 lengths back. Willowy down inside of Contour. They're together 3rd and 4th. Band of Gold comes away in 5th. Washer Shores now 6th. Round the Towns in 7th. Yummy Bella in the clear while 8th. My Sexy Blonde has moved up into 9th. And at the back early is Speak Up wide and trailing. So down the backstretch they go at a big price. Luminous Ruler hits the far turn with the lead after an opening half at 47 seconds flat. Pressed along by Pin Up Betty. Pin Up Betty now putting in a bid, and Pin Up Betty has grabbed the lead. Luminous Ruler's back into 2nd, starting to lose ground. Pin Up Betty's getting away on the far turn, 3-length lead. Here comes Band of Gold on the far outside, and Speak Up farther out than that. Contour is trying to come out with a late rally too. They're at the quarter pole. Pin Up Betty off the turn, 3-length lead. Band of Gold targeting Pin Up Betty. Still 2nd, 2.5 lengths to make up and a furlong to do it. Contours down inside. Speak Up outside. Here's the 8th pole. Pin Up Betty driving on a 2-length lead. Band of Gold trying to run her down. Pin Up Betty in front. Band of Gold's getting closer. Pin Up Betty, Band of Gold. Photo.
Happy Joseph Jr. will take a quick look at my ticket now.
Wow, it's close.
Pin Up Betty and Band of Gold on the wire together. Too tight to tell.
Too
Contour.
Tight
to tell.
It was the 12. tough beat for the 13th there. That's the McPeak horse.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So we are on to Laurel and Hardy. They're loaded in the gate. I'm not hearing the audio, so I'm going to reset it here.
Dot Marie.
There we
An apple picker.
Apple picker.
So that 5's a heavy favorite here. I thought the 2 and the 7
And they're off in the safely kept.
were interesting here as well.
Liquidator coming out of the gate first. Howl is right there. And also, too, a Unified Alliance in the early firing line. And at the rail is Worst Behavior. First 4 sorting out a length and a half or 2 will cover that group. Apple Picker is followed by Dr. Marie, and Warrior's Ransom is well last now, some 13 off the pace. Unified Alliance sets the tempo at the rail.
2, I think,
Unified
was
Alliance from
an
Liquidator,
long
lead
shot
3/4 of a
angle there.
length. Howl's out of the
2,
clear
5,
from
7
third
here, right?
position. Worst Behavior down
Yep.
inside of Howl. A length and a half more. Here's Dot Marie and Apple Picker
I had
side
a
by
bad
side
beat,
as around
otherwise
the
I would have
far
gotten
turn.
a price
Warriors Ransom trying to pick it up for the back of the
in the
pack
last
into the
leg,
turn.
though.
Unified Alliance, the opening quarter 23.20 for Liquidator. Howl now making a move on the outside, 3 deep. Here comes Howl, 3 wide of the track. Apple Picker looms just in behind the trio as they reach the 5/16 marker, half mile 47.32. So racing to the top of the stretch now. And it's Liquidator ahead in front from Howl, the big favorite on the outside. Apple Picker driven way out center of the track, and Unified Alliance followed by Worst Behavior. Furlong and a half left to run. Toledo says go on Howl, and she opens up now by 3.
Yeah, good
Apple
chalk.
Picker's giving it all in a good game
I was
chase from
hoping.
second. Out center of
Hoping
the
the 2
track
would
is
clear
Warriors
there and get an
Ransom.
easy
Here's
lead.
Howl in the safely kept stakes. Howl to do it. Howl a length and a half from Apple
Howl.
Picker. Howl,
That
Apple
was the
Picker,
move.
and then Warriors Ransom and Worst Behavior.
Piano bar.
Uh-huh.
Howl at the moon.
At Churchill, it was the 12 that got up.
Yep.
Del Mar.
Yeah.
0
Del
minutes to
Mar.
post for race 1.
I thought this early pick 5 looked pretty chalky. I thought maybe the 3 here could pull an upset.
Or is Michigan really going to go for it on 4th and 4 here? No, they got to be trying to draw them off.
You would think, yes.
They're not. They got to kick a field goal here.
How 0 minutes to post are we at Del Mar?
They're loading.
All right. So like I said, I thought the 3 and maybe the 1 had a chance here. But, you know, being a turf sprint, the 3 is dangerous with the speed on the front end.
The Preservationist from Play for Gold by Cairo Prince over Dixiana Farms, trained by Kenny McPeak with winning
Why am I
Ryan
getting
Hernandez Jr. Band of Gold, Brett.
Travis. 1:10 to go in the football game. Looks like Ohio State's going to need a field goal or touchdown to win. Assuming this field goal is good. Which is college, you never know.
It's true.
When they have a game at Michigan Stadium, it becomes the largest city in Michigan for the day.
At the big house, yeah.
And the field goal is good.
5 broke brilliantly, but let the 3 get to the lead after breaking to the lead. The 1 and the 5's to the outside. The 1 is being choked back because he didn't have any space to run.
Chuck, you got the 12. Nice.
Let's see what this 3 has in the stretch here.
He's not kidding
As
on
he
the
kicks away a little bit. Got 4 to 1 if he can hang on here. Boom. Gate to wire for Peter Miller. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong.
Good 3 would be Brian Corner.
Yeah, for Brian Corner. I know. I don't know why it's coming up and showing me race 2 right now. I don't know what's going on with Spires, but I think we got 5-2. No, that's Churchill. What is going on here? We
3
got
to
3
1.
to 1. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
3 to
but,
1. So I had a
but the-
win bet there. And then I also have a $5 double to the 2 and the 4.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And
I
the
thought you'd
one
like.
ended up,
I thought you'd like the aggressive play against the favorite there.
absolutely, and the one finished second. I mean, that's a 25 to 1 exacta there.
Yeah. That's an
that
all
is-
Brian. What's his name?
Yeah. Brian Corner.
Corner. Yeah, and he's a good turf trainer.
Yeah, and he gets a lot of the majority of his winners come down at Del Mar. Frazier running second there,
Yeah.
with another good ride. Not a big surprise. So, Woodbine, Oldie, race 6.
Woodbine race 6. So Woodbine race 6. This is the start of their pick 5. This is what I came up with for their pick 5 there. So it's a mess. I don't think I'm going to have time to get it in here because Woodbine is pretty quick.
They're
But
punctual.
I'm sorry.
They are punctual.
Yes.
All right, go full screen.
Hold on. Give me a sec. But that's the Woodbine pick 5. So I just. No,
Long pass play for.
Just waiting her turn as we start the late pick 5. Going next is Fedorova. Echo 7 to gate number 4, out to a big price, 16 to 1. Justin Stein rides Kitty Speedy Star.
Another big pass play. Ball comes
On
out.
the move is Prairie Sky.
This could be reviewed.
Side on to the gate here. Prairie Sky. Finished behind Echo 7 last start. And
Yeah, they're
they
going to
both
review.
had 2 good prices. Moving in is Magical Trick. Nikita's Gem.
Why don't they just say
Of a
Peter
city
races
card.
all?
Now the first time
Yeah.
starter Rosie Posey is next.
That is an odd
Rosie Posey,
listing. Rosie Posey.
Kevin
there.
Nichols, and the last couple move forward. Lodge
You know,
Hill
when you're off the turf, they're all on the other one.
to gate 10 and outside gate, Silent Passion. Waiting for Lodge Hill, and out behind the gate here still, Sahin Savachi, Lodge Hill.
That's a fumble.
But the real
Took 2 steps.
Fumble.
note here is the 2 to 1 odds for
Football
a
move.
Meeks Girl, who was at 2s, is now 5 to 2, but still a very short price. Lodge Hill, as I speak, has gone to favorite at 2 to 1, but that could be a change by the time they break. The last along is going to be Silent Passion, Lodge Hill. Still the focus here, the front of the gate. Open to encourage horse 10 to step in.
Instead, I'm playing
My third
my
lifetime start for Lodge
my
Hill.
pick
Silent
5
Passion
is
to
a
the outside gate.
60
Now the
cent
field almost
pick
right.
4.
The track being cleared.
starting next race.
And they are all in, locked up. On their way, and slow is Ami's Girl, was last out with Norman O, and back to the tail end is Nikita's Gem, and racing clear, Kitty Speedy Star. Dashed away by a length and a half, Echo 7, moving forward on the outside, Prairie Sky into second spot. Fedorova pushing up on the inside of Echo 7 on their outside, Lodge Hill. And now Ami's Girls moved into the middle of the pack nicely with Rosie Posey on the outside making good ground. And Norman O up the rails. In behind them came Magical.
I mean,
Trick,
I can
starting to
clearly
wind
see
up.
the 5s
Back
on
to
the
second
lead. I don't
last, Silent
understand
Passion
why
last
they
is
were showing
Nikita's
the
Gem.
6.
Racing out in front Kitty
Yeah, their little
Speedy Star
chicklets
by a
in the
length to
saddle.
Prairie
They're
Sky.
always
Rosie
lining up.
Posey running a mighty race coming after them. Fedorovas right there on the inside, and coming home well is Magical Trick around the outside, and then Echo 7 as they corner.
Ooh, the
Kitty
catch.
Speedy Star, Prairie Sky, Fedorova getting the split in the center to go to second, and down the outside, Magical Trick trying to switch leads is coming on well. Kitty Speedy Star in front, Fedorova in second, Magical Trick down
Yeah, I
the
think that
outside.
either the 3
Magical
or the
Trick
7.
bursting to the
7.
front, and it's Magical Trick, Fedorova kicking on, Magical Trick the winner. Fedorova second, Norma No third, and then a photo Nikita's Gym.
So that's one that I probably should have played, but because that would have been a 10-1 open. But
Interception. Game over. Quarterback knew he was going to get crushed. Chucked it early. Michigan picks off the ball. 25 seconds to go. One kneel down.
got 1 minute to Tampa or 7 minutes to Golden Gate.
1 minute to Tampa.
1 minute to Tampa. Christophe Clement.
Yeah, he's got a horse in here. I thought this one was interesting. These guys like to bring these horses to the Tampa turf course. This a first-time starter, Oldie?
It is not. This is not a maiden race. Last out winner on the turf at Delaware.
Mm-hmm. 0 for 8 before that, Philly. Maybe the light bulb went on. Well bred.
There is other speed here. You know, this 2 for Jamie Ness is a little interesting.
So it's the 11. Third out here, coming down from New York.
Haven't you told me, though, not to play horses coming out of the chute? The wide horses at Tampa.
Yeah, and when I talked with Jason about that, it really all depends on what you think they're going to do. Because if this particular horse here looks like it's not going to go, it's just going to tuck in and go over, tuck inside, and then you should be fine. It's when you're trying to get the lead and all that kind of fun stuff to where you can get severely compromised there. But they're making their way down the chute now here in Tampa. Weather's been good. They'll pick up Sundays here as we get closer to Christmas.
Yeah, it's strange to me that they're not running on Sundays, but
no, they don't get all the horses in. They could get problems with filling races.
So what do you think? Is your buddy Randall going to be shipping, or is he going to be running horses there this year?
Probably. Either that, I would look for the good doctor to have a few in. He's relocated back up to Ocala, so I know that he's got a few, but they won't be ready for at least another month. So those are like the Wednesday gems, right?
Yep.
We get
the Alabama Slammers.
Yeah, we get like 3 to 5 of those during the whole season. And let's see, Michigan is going to take a knee, and that is it.
They're
not going to keep them off the field today.
They're going in the gate at Tampa. You're getting 9-1 on the long shot, the 11. That you
It did not affect the outcome.
You're getting 5-2 on the Clement and the Greg Sacco horse.
I think there was a inquiry at Del Mar.
Was there?
Yeah.
Did I get this? No, I didn't get DQ'd. I just looked at and saw the win ticket. So.
And after this, we got 3 minutes to the stakes race at Aqueduct.
So let's look at the stakes race at Aqueduct. This is the Julia Shining race. The people were arguing whether I saw this on Twitter this week that a bunch of people were arguing whether Julia Shining wants to sprint or go a route of distance. But she does have the maiden breaking win at 7 furlongs. You also have here another Linda Rice horse with Lascano that looks like the speed of the speed here in a 9 furlong race. But the system likes a 7 defining purpose. It was a grade 3 and a grade 1 winner.
So Michigan wins.
And they are off at Tampa.
And the race is on.
The Clement horse did get the lead, but is being heavily pressured by the 3 and the 5.
Yeah, this is when they usually leave them alone after they make that first left turn.
No, they're not in this case.
Yeah, you're right. They're on them there.
Yeah, but the pace is not that quick.
No.
And Vincent is it Chaminade?
It's just Vincent.
Okay, we'll just call him Vince.
We'll just call him.
That's what his friends call him.
He had one mount in the Breeders' Cup, right?
I think so. Yeah, for what's his name? For Ignacio.
Yeah.
Carras.
That was one of the 18 favorites that won, I think.
The Jose D'Angelo 4-horse at 13-1 storms home.
And one had a big lead in the stretch too.
Yeah.
Bet the great horse.
Aqueduct looks a little delayed again. I'm not really sure why they're just showing a blank. Oh, now they finally switched off a blank stretch of the track. Have you noticed that Fairgrounds by far has the worst camera work? They will switch cameras in the stretch, and the camera's blurry.
So that 4 at Tampa was your 4th win percentage at 11%. The one was top pace and certainly did all of that.
Yeah.
14% off layoff for D'Angelo. And GSR wise, it was also 4th. So pretty close with all those digits there. Coming off of a layoff, hadn't won in a while since actually 22. Been well over a year. Horse obviously had some problems, but did storm home very well. The one probably needs to just go a mile.
And we missed the the second race at Gulfstream, but we're out because I didn't like that 8, who was the long shot, and it won. 8-1 there.
Yep, real macho.
Yep, he's a macho man. Didn't like him. Liked other horses would be another way to say it. So, what do you like at Aqueduct here?
Aqueduct. Let me get over to there. This one's tough, man. I mean, the 7 is 55% to win.
Mm-hmm.
The Peak, Alvarado. The 2 has obviously the best GSR. I just don't know if it's there anymore, right?
Right, and I don't know if there's enough pace here for it.
No, Pletcher 22%, 70 days. You have to find something to pair up here if you're going to play this one. Obviously, I don't think anybody's going to bet the favorite here heavily.
So I don't mind the 3 all that much.
No, the long shot, Honor D Lady.
Yep.
Winner last out at Remington Park, grade 3.
Yep. 14-1 you're getting there. I like it better than frankly than Raging Sea, the 8 horse. That's currently sitting at 9-5.
Sappy's at 24% on that kind of a layoff. Horses run 8 times, 3, 2, and 2. So should certainly fill out exactas and tries, I would think.
Yeah.
And of course, this you got to deal with the 1 and see what Linda does.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm going 1, 3, 7 here for an exacta box. Which virtually guarantees that I will put somebody like the 4 in the winner's circle.
Not always.
I don't like the 4 either. I don't like the 4 or the 8. I think the 2's got a shot. If the pace, and definitely a shot to finish in the money.
Tony likes the 4. After this, we've got Churchill in 4 minutes.
All right. The 1 is on the lead. 4 and the 7 and the 3 are kind of in the same spot. 7's a little wide, now rushing up on the backstretch. An aggressive move to make sure the 1 doesn't get away and get an easy lead, but it's just token pressure at this point.
Token pressure.
There should be a horse named that.
I could see it.
One 7 still remaining down the backstretch. Pretty ordinary pace at 9 furlongs.
Mm-hmm. Julia, way back there. Well, not way too far back.
Not way back. She's in pretty good position. 3's not going to run. They're all swarming on the 1 now.
Swarm.
If Julia is good enough, then they just tip super wide for no reason.
Yeah.
But I think this might be all Julia here. No. Yeah, here she comes. And the 8, who I said I was going to put in the winner's circle, just edged her at the finish line there.
Yeah.
So race 7 at Churchill, the hill of the church. I will be in Louisville next weekend for cheerleading.
Of course, they're not going to be running.
Of course. Happens every year to me. So let's look at Churchill. So race 7, you have the 2 and the 1 who are your top picks, and the 8 and the 5 who are your top win percentage. So you have a real split here. You also have your top pace, which is the 3 for Eddie Keneally with Sias aboard. You know, this horse got blown out of the water at Belmont, is stretching out here. And Eddie's 20% off the layoff and 29% second race with the horse.
I kind of give a little bit of look to the 7, Barksdale. Blinkers off.
Woof, woof.
Going 2 turns.
Yeah, I can see it.
square price. I mean, 34 to 1.
The question is, what do we think of the Cox horse? And you're getting 4 to 1 here on the Cox horse.
On the 2, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Anything you pair up with the 7 in second or third is certainly going to help it pay. The 5 is another one that should be taking a bunch of money, and it's not. Tyler, who's been cold as well.
Well,
but
the 1 as well.
Yeah.
You have to watch out for. He has been running at a much weaker track, but has proven over 2 turns. This is a 1-turn mile. Has shown some tactical pace.
All right, you're going to have to handle this one because I just got a text from the wife that I got to help her catch a snake. So give me a couple minutes.
Can we film that for the show?
Depends on the snake. I'll let you know.
I'm hoping it's a python.
Mm-mm.
Tell me to shut up at any point.
I don't think so. I will be right back.
It would be awesome if it was a python. All right, I'm going 1, 2, 5, 10. Try box here. Then we'll bounce right to Laurel and to Del Mar right after that. Have a Laurel and Hardy handshake. Tony Scotty's doing well. He's got family in town this weekend. I think he's with his granddaughter and all that good stuff. So he's doing really well. I'll let him know you asked. All right, they're off at Churchill. Through the smoke, I'm trying to see who's up on the lead. Looks like the 12 might get the lead from the outside. "12 and the 9, 2 bombs in first and second right now. Here comes the 5 to the outside of those horses, as well as the 10. The process. Trust the process. And the 12 is still on the lead. Here comes the 8, the favorite. He's going to get through to the inside. It's the 5. It's the 1. It's the 12. And the 6. And here comes the 2 on board late. The 1 is on the lead. Here comes the 2. Can he hold off the 2? He does. 1, 2, 5. Boom, try. So that's the 1 at 4 to 1 over the 2 at 9 to 2 and the 5 at 5 to 1. Probably pay like $50. All right, on to Laurel Park. And they're off at Laurel, so we'll just watch the race here.
Ain't to Beer Cold headed out for the lead, but Mo Visitor has that early zip too. So Mo Visitor and Ain't to Beer Cold there on the outside into the first turn skirmish. And it's Outlier down to the inside, racing in third position. And they are followed in fourth now by Market Maven, who's up close, only 3 lengths of the pace. As Outlier comes through at the rail. Outlier at the rails. Grabbed the narrow lead from Ain't to Beer Cold. Seconder is Mo Visitor.
Got it?
Yeah.
just in behind horses.
Just a black racer. Quick little sucker.
Another 3 back, and it's Market Maven. Here's King Kumbale in between horses. King Kumbale moving up within 5 of the pace now, followed by Be Better at the rail.
We did hit the try at Churchill.
Trailing the field. Down the back
Finished
stretch, they go
either 1-2-5 or 1-5-2. I think 1-2-5.
So a good pace going out there with Outlier, Ain't the Beer, Cold, and Mo Visitor tracking out of the clear from third. Kumbale getting closer there from fourth. So too Be Better on the inside through a half and 47 and 1/5 into the far turn run. And now
I'm really not sure where the 2 thought he was going.
Cold and Mo Visitor makes a move on the outside to the lead. Mo Visitor in between horses. Ain't the Beer, Cold. At the rail is Outlier. King Kumbale looming large. Just in behind them at the top of the lane as they make the turn for home. And then Market Maven and the Substitute Silks on the far outside as they turn in. Be Better's in a lot of traffic. Needs to find a way out. Needs a miracle to get through there. Wide open affair. Extreme outside from last. Forewarned. Forewarned is coming on the far outside too. King Kumbale strikes a narrow lead with a furlong left to go. Forewarned on the outside. Charging out of the second. Be Better is clear of traffic now. Third, but it's too late to catch King Kumbale. King Kumbale does it. Closer second for Warned, and then Be Better, followed by Market Maven.
Market Maven.
All right, Del Mar, race 2.
Del Mar. So remember how I angered people by suggesting that CZ Rocket shouldn't be in for a tag?
Mm-hmm.
Well, amazingly, they found a spot for him that he's not in for a tag.
Yep, correct. This is probably his last race.
I would assume it is.
You know, Storm the Court ran yesterday at Tampa. I think we talked about that last night, but that's another one that's been running a long time.
That's an old Peter
Burton
horse, right? Won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile.
Yeah, hasn't won since. The 9% is holding with that one several years later. And they're off at Del Mar.
All right, well, CZ Rocket is sitting in 3rd place. The old man, he's got his walker out.
Yeah, you can't race after 10 in California.
Yeah. And I don't think they're going to move him. I hope they don't.
I don't think you're going to see this horse in Mountaineer. No.
I didn't mean Mountaineer, but, you know, he hasn't been, and maybe he wins here, but he hasn't been beaten Allowance Company lately either. It would be nice to see him finish this off. It looks like he will. So that's a great way for I'm not going to call him a champion, but a great horse that loved to finish second to close off his career. And that double paid, I'm sure it wasn't too much.
4-3 exacted probably isn't too bad. 9-5 on CZ Rocket. Yeah. And that field isn't bad either. I mean,
so the 3 to the 4 paid $27.20 for $2. So, you know, basically
13 to
1. Yeah, 13 to 1, and I had it for $5. So
yeah, 2.5 times that.
Yeah, it's not bad. Take it.
That 4-3 exacta there paid $14, so that's not too shabby either.
And I nearly nailed I said that I think the Churchill try would pay about $50, and it paid $51.94.
Not bad.
That's not a bad call. Little, even though I would have loved to be wrong like I was yesterday on the quarter horse try.
Yeah. All right, Woodbine in a couple of minutes, so you may as well get out there because they are punctual.
They are. So this is what that's what I played for a 60-cent base. So $36.
What's the deal with the 2 in race 9?
I mean, race 9 I thought was the weakest of these stakes fields. 2 for 2. not 2 for 2, but Tard horse can rate a little bit. Was in, too tough, I think, in the grade 1 summer. I know the GSR goes down on the synthetic, but if you compare it to, for instance, the GSR on the 6, or
yeah, I like the 6 and the 7 there.
I think you're going to get a decent price on the 2 compared to the 6. I think the 6 goes off as with it being Cassie as well, at like 1-to-1. So that's why the 2 was my single there. There were other possible singles, and you could have added this 8 here. For Sit a Tired, I probably should have added that 8 there, but the 7's dangerous, the 2 for motion as well, and the 3 was great. Has been running in stakes races, but is a maiden and your launch shot. All right, there it says 0 minutes to post, so that means they're going in the gate.
They pick 4.
Not the Golden Gate, just the gate.
To the stakes races. The Coronation Futurity is next, and then the Princess Elizabeth Stakes. Lantana Lady going to gate number 2. Moving forward is Forest B.
Forrest Wagner.
King Kamui here in the Dickey Small Stakes. First of all, finally kind of got the right trip
Gate
today.
4.
Yeah, he did, really did. I
2
just can't
runners.
say enough about the job
Great
that
cap for
Abner
Justin
did.
Stein.
Took
The
him
white
back,
for
settled
is
him.
one
He was
Flores
inside the
Foxy
quarter
Lady.
pole.
Going ahead is
Just
hard
let
to
Brad
Shut
capture.
somebody off.
Had a little swallowed up
And
with
the favorite is next, Miss
which was
Vi
really
Vian.
showed a lot of class.
Getting the right trip. What was
Oldy,
one
you
of
got
the
2
Yeah, here as they
Two
get to
audio
the start,
here
moving
running
up is
I
Foxy
didn't
Lady.
from that mile effort?
Right, I mean, the mile was a little bit too
Deeper
short.
out
Yeah,
is
go
Wee Hawken.
Quiet.
And on the toes there, Wee Hawken.
Robert Geller.
5-2 in the betting is Veery, so support coming in to be the real shortener in the betting. Veery walks up, and still out is Indian Music. Veery has gone in. Michael Sims trained Indian Music's had a good campaign and is the last along. Outside gate for Leo Salas. Veery touching into favor of the jump. They're in the gate, locked up. Off and racing to a very good start, and one of the best away is the favorite, Miss Vi Vian. Lantana Ladies back to last. Shooting for the lead is also Indian Music from the outside gate. Lying in third is Veery, and then came Foxy Lady and Jill making good ground, the grey on the inside. Behind them in mid-pack, Wee Hawkins starting to find stride on the extreme outside, and up the rails, Forest B. Behind them is hard to capture Lantana Lady, and the early trailer Collect Dat must be about 9 off the pace. Miss Vi Vian traveling nicely by a length, Indian Music, and Jill tucks in third. On the outside, Veery, followed by Forest B and Wee Hawken, moving up on the extreme outside. A length and a half, Lantana Lady making ground, but Miss Vi Vian cut loose and makes the break for home here. Out by 2 or 3 lengths to Jill. Running on well is Forest B on the inside. Veery 3 wide, 4 wide, Wee Hawken, and Lantana Lady has a lot of run, but is well behind. And Miss Vi Vian goes out 2 in front. Jill is grinding on. Lantana Lady trying to catch late ground behind Forest B. Miss Vi Vian by a length in front of Jill. Lantana Lady's a chance to get them both. Oh, she's coming. And despite being a mile back, is overhauling them. Lantana Lady racing past them, and what a nice win. Patrick Husband's another one. Lantana Lady and tucked in to win by 2 from Miss Vi Vian, Jill, then Forest B.
Not even close on
Quite
that
hard
one.
to capture near the inside. Also, Collect Dat ran on 1:10.86.
All right. So we're going in the gate at Gulfstream. The 4 is your favorite here. Make sure I have the sound off at Woodbine. I do.
Vonley Moata's power to complete the line. They're at the post. And they are off. A nice level beginning for Tuda Bell. Steps out to quickly face the music. Also punched down with Delta Charm. We've got in between horses as the race across the backstretch and towards the far turn. Ada's Hammer is up 4 wide early out of the fourth spot. That's Walks Like a Lady, who's dead at the inside fifth.
I like the 8 a
outside
little
sixth.
here.
Lady J is next seventh in front of Major Price. And at the back, that's Adios Babe, dead at the inside.
Here.
Right now, double digits off the
Great
lead.
a bit in race
Order was
betting.
22 and 2. It's Face the Music on the front. Delta Charm works on through dead at the inside. Fortuna Bell hangs in.
Four is looking too good.
Driving up there at heavy traffic. Now she's now 4 wide. Moana's Power's 5 wide with Walks Like a Lady looking for a way through. They're racing the top of the stretch. Face the Music. Fronts the field turning for home. The half is 45 and 3. Delta Charm trying to rally back and come back off the canvas dead at the inside. Walks Like a Lady's down the center of the track. Far outside Moana's Power moving up late. Deep stretch now. Walks Like a Lady is taking over the lead. Walks Like a Lady checks in to win. Face the Music was a second. It was tight for show either Moana's Power or Major Price at 104 and 2.
I had mentioned at the beginning of the show that this race could set up perfectly for. So maybe we'll end up with a nice 4 out of 5 possibility here.
Tampa, race 8, 7 furlongs. This is one where I'd certainly look to find a horse coming off the 2 turns, cutting back. That's always a nice little move there.
All right, well, so you like which horse?
I'm just flipping through them right now. 5's coming from Delta. Everything's 2 turns there, so sometimes more than 2 turns. GSR wise, you've got the 1 with top GSR. Dropping down here to a 16K allowance optional flavor. The 1 is certainly dropping for sure. Has won here. It has won at 7 furlongs several times on the dirt. So the 1 would be interesting for me to kind of pair up with things at 5 to 1. You don't have a really over bet favorite here. 3's another one that's taken some money. GSR drop going at 7 furlongs, so not sure about that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think 1, 3, 4, 7 makes
certainly
a lot
plenty
of
of ways to go, that's for sure.
Yeah, but for me, like, if I'm playing an exact, I'm thinking 1, 3, 4. Is there a bomber in here who could? Let's do we have time, it looks like. So let's do a system try here.
After this, we've got Aqueduct. Tony, who are you alive to in the pay leg at Aqueduct? Tell us.
Really, it wants to note that what it wants to do here when I take the 4 out of first place at Tampa for $6. 7 likes second a lot too, though. So let's force it. I'm gonna keep trying to force it to give me more horses here. We'll do it that way. All right, that's what I'm going to play. 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, 7 over 1, 3 through 7. If I can get it in time. That's what I'm playing. I do think this 1's got a real big look here. Churchill.
All right. Do you have this one up?
I do, yes. 6 is on the lead. 10 pressing to the outside. As they're running here.
I don't know what Tony has. He must have ran away. And the race is on.
It is.
What's up with that pink line at Tampa?
What pink?
When you watch the race, you see that pink line on the bottom with all the digits. What is that?
Give me the digits.
Yeah, at the bottom of the screen. You see it? The pink line? Goes by.
I see the 10 about to win the race. The 10 and the 3.
Yeah, but if you look, you see the pink line where all the chiclets are at the bottom? That's at every race. I have no idea what that is. And then there it is again. Read a book.
All right. So the 10, no, 3, 10, 4. 1 was a non-factor there.
No, terrible.
And Aqueduct's about to go off, or it says off. Looks like the 10-1 at Aqueduct at 5-2, Lady Banker.
Yeah, obvious horse.
Coming down the middle of the track. The middle seems to be playing pretty good today at Aqueduct.
$972 pick 5. The dollar pick 6 is going to pay $43,000.
It says we're off at Golden Gate. Let's take a look and see if we actually are. We're coming down the stretch at Golden Gate.
Trying to get to him. Ayrton Senna still in front. He has a 2-length lead now. And Brannigan second trying to chase him home. But Ayrton Senna's still clear. And Ayrton Senna is going to come home to win it. Ayrton Senna by
former 3-time world driving champion Ayrton Senna.
Mm-hmm.
Now a horse. All right. So we have 1 minute to Fairgrounds on the turf here, or 6 minutes to Churchill. I do have a pick 5 here at Churchill.
All right, let's go to Fairgrounds first, and looks like Tony had that $180 ticket for $1.
Nice, Tony.
You hit it twice, Tony?
So nice. Tony hit it twice. Boom, Tony, boom. Here, Tony, I'll give you a boom. That's for Tony.
There you go, Tony. All right, you said Fairgrounds.
I said Fairgrounds.
They tend to take a little bit of time to get in the gate at Fairgrounds.
Yep. Fairgrounds, so the 7 and the 3 look, well, the 9 is 1-1 here.
Mm-hmm.
For Rob Atchis. Yeah.
I don't know about
the top
Rob down here in Louisiana.
Yeah, if you're going to give me 7-2 on this, on and 4-1 on the two Brad Cox horses, I think I'd take that. Just
well, the
throw that
7
maybe with
45% on the 7.
7-2.
Top GSR.
No,
First
I kind of like
time,
the 7, 3, and 4 here.
8's the long shot. Last out winner at Colonial on the turf at a mile. Steve not using any of his normal jocks.
Well, they may just not be there. They're probably still at Churchill.
Yeah, well, that's still, I mean, he's using a Mountaineer jock for crying out loud. He could have had Jared, Pedrosa's ridden for him a few times as well.
Yeah. So who did you like here?
I didn't have a whole lot of opinion here, but you know, if you're going to get 7-2 on the 7, James Graham up for Brad Cox, last out winner at a mile, top GSR. Why not, right? I think he can get the extra furlong, extra half a furlong for sure.
Boom, Tony, boom. Tony's back rolling at Aqueduct.
Yeah, it paid $972. So if you had it twice, it's close to $2,000 for sure. Way to go, Tony. I'll give you a boom, Tony.
All right, so we're getting close to the gate at Fairgrounds.
So what color light would Fairgrounds have?
Well, again, you know, because they're a Twin Spires owned track, everything's green.
Yeah, but they're kind of like New Orleans, right? So
right, purple maybe because of Mardi Gras.
Purple, I was thinking. It could even be multicolor.
Yeah, you know, multicolor to me is too much like a police siren light. The red and the blue.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're afraid of those types of things.
I'm not afraid of those types. All right, well, they're off. The 8, 7, and 6 crashed into each other at the start.
Oh, a little quarter horse start, huh?
Yep, but the 8's off pretty well. The 1 is on the rail just behind the 8, and the 10 is to the outside. That they're both kind of stalking. The 8's cleared. The 9, who went off at 3-2, is sitting in 4th. And then it's the 4 and the 7, followed by the, who's this horse coming up here? The 6 and the 3 is in last. It's nice to see the rail not out to the ocean.
Yeah, well, it's good to see that the ocean water isn't coming in to corrupt the turf course.
Yeah. Well, the 9, it does look like it's probably a good favorite. Here at 3-2, even though we didn't like it.
No.
It's going to go 9, 8, 3, I believe.
And 8 was game. I mean, It ran.
7 didn't really run at all. So we got Churchill coming up. Here is my Churchill pick 5.
So let me ask you this. So like in race 11, go to that one. You got 6 horses in that leg.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, do you value all 6 horses the same?
I think that they're so. To be honest, the horse I would drop here and didn't drop because of the price is the 5, because the
Sure,
GSR doesn't fit for a Grade 2 race.
So there's 8 horses in the race, and if you're taking 6, you're kind of valuing them all the same. You don't have a preference in terms of this one over that one or anything like that.
Well, I don't trust. So I think the 6 is a very interesting horse, but I don't trust Dale Romans at all in a spot like this. So in this case, yes, I would say I did not put in an opinion. I told the ticket generator the 2 legs that I wanted to go narrow in, which was race 10 and race 12, and then gave the ticket generator what my budget was.
Okay.
So that, I like this Brad Cox horse who, has beaten 80s as my single in the last leg. I realized there is a GSR drop going to 6.5 here. So that's the risk there. I know there are horses like this 10. The 10 was my second choice here. It's also the second choice. But I'm not sure there's the pace in here. Even though the 10 shows a 60, but the 10's broke slowly last time out. Still won at 6.5 in the slop. So the 10's would be my second choice there. And depending on what happens in leg 1 here, I might, play a pick 3, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5 through 7 to the 10 here as my cover.
Yeah, I like the 4 in the last there.
Yeah.
Did Churchill go off? Looks like they're off.
Yeah, it says off. Yeah. Churchill. They are off. The 7's on the 7 Track Phantom. One of Topher's favorite services is on the lead. The 8 is pressing and looking dangerous. Nobody really coming up the rail. Six is trying. But the 7 at the favorite at 2-1 looks like he's going to get home in this maiden race. Track Phantom for Asmussen with Rosario aboard. And right to Delmar race 3. Fast and Furious. Too fast. Too furious.
Delmar race 3.
Non-winners of 1 besides maiden. So, but 50K starter optional. Non-winners of 2. You have the 4 who's lightly raced for Peter Miller. Has been mostly routing. GSR says this horse wants to route. Its 1 win came routing. The 6, who's the top choice and second win percentage, is currently at 4-5.
Rom. There's word he may go to Live Golf.
Cash Rom. Yeah, there is no more Live. Remember, Live and PGA Tour are merging.
It's not done yet.
I realize that, but here's another case though where you have an E long shot in this one horse who it could get the lead here and be dangerous, or this 2-horse, if this 2-horse were to get an easy lead with that 68 GSR, could also be dangerous.
I don't like the GSR drop on the 1 at all. This one's probably all about the 6.
Yeah, I don't like the 6 all that much here. 6 is 0 for 2 at the distance. You know, GSR is not great. I'd prefer the 4 or the, if I were, I probably want somebody on the front end here.
The post is too good. JJ's too good here with the pace. The 6.
Well, I'm going to drop the 6. I'm going to play a 1, 2, 4 exacta here.
1, 2, 4 exacta. Well, I will tell you that the turf sprints, the 1 and the 2, are the spots you need. That cost me in the pick 6 that carryover they had last Sunday.
And they're off. 2 broke a little slow. 6 is showing speed.
Mm-hmm.
4 is dead last. With Fraser aboard. The 1 did get to the lead. And cleared.
Yeah, you can see I'm a little behind you, but I can see JJ watching the whole thing unfold. He looked over 2 or 3 times, waiting for somebody to go catch.
2's got horse. I don't know if he's good enough. And he's not, but the 6 ain't going to win. It's going to go 3, 2, 5.
Well, good idea. Red idea.
Yeah, wrong horses. Yep.
Wrong execution.
All right. So we're
That's
6
3.
minutes to.
Yeah.
2.
4% horse. Kyle Frey riding wrong.
Yep. We're 6 minutes to the featured race at Gulfstream.
Oh, the featured race is an allowance, huh?
Allowance non-winner of 1.
I don't know if you call. I'd say they don't have a feature today. The 6. Well, I mean, you look through some of these horses here, Oldie. I mean, you gotta really scroll to find winners, right? Loyal Louis is a horse I've followed for a while here. Again, not a lot of winners for this particular one. Needs everything to kind of work out its way, but 8 to 1's a square price.
And maybe Spy Hunter, who's the race, but there's a big GSR drop there. Kevin Rice, has a proven synthetic horse in the 7 and draws Vasquez.
Yeah.
And they're currently at 8 to 1, so that's not the worst horse either.
4 is 3 off. Jack is the first race with Jack with this horse. He's 22% with new horses out of 22 chances. So
10's been really close a bunch of times. Low percentage trainer.
It just seems like every race at Gulfstream is on the synthetic.
It does kind of feel that way. So maybe a 2-7.
I mean, the 7 is probably the most likely to improve, right? With only 1 race out.
Maybe a 2-7-1 here. With the green horse.
Box.
Yeah.
The future race.
2 loves. So if the 2 gets the lead, the 2 doesn't pass anybody. But
yeah, Tony, we'll look at the late pick 5 at Del Mar. I think plenty of time. It's 4:30 Eastern here. We'll probably be on for another hour, and we've got 53 minutes to the opening leg. So that'll probably be the last one we cover, Oldie, but we can get to a pick 5 over there.
Yeah.
Make Tony happy. Tony's got some count balance. Time to fire again. Love it.
Fire.
Fire. Fire.
I told that story a couple of weeks ago, right? That I have all the dads at the gym walking around doing that every time somebody mentions the team name, but it's one of our teams in the gym is called Fire.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to get them to adopt the hashtag Fire is cool.
We got 2 minutes to the bind. Also, they're probably going to step on each other, I'm going to guess.
I don't know why they do that. So
it's because they're competing for dollars, but they don't get.
Are they or? I don't know that somebody's choosing Woodbine and Gulfstream in the same. Typically Gulfstream I would put more with Delmar Aqueduct.
Not this time of year. I mean, once you get to the championship meet too, but.
So next week.
Yeah, Gulfstream is, and you can see it with the pools. I mean, it's just they do well. They do better than Laurel. They do better than a lot of those other tracks with those things, but
Woodbine, I don't think this 3 is good enough, but I would take a shot here at the
King
3.
Russell? Yeah, I like the 3.
I mean, for me, it was all. It's the 8, it's the 3, it's the 2, the 7. But maybe the 8 needs to be on top. There's not much else here. Look at that GSR drop on the 10.
Grand Motion ships the 2 up there.
Yeah. This 1's a little interesting as well.
Yeah, couple. Anytime you see multiple winners and whatnot, it figures it out. It's always good to see.
Yeah, well, and 1 on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure it wants the distance. That's the question. But I'm looking for somebody who can close.
Yeah.
As well, a little bit into this.
Well, you want to. Where are they at? Let's see the player.
They'll go off first.
Woodbine's going to go off first. Yeah, last night's competition with who goes off first was fun too.
Woodbine is loading right now.
Let's see the bind.
Forward for Rafael Hernandez and Naptown. Also a last start winner. Going forward is King Rosso. Patrick Husband's on a roll today. Blinkers are on. Thor's Cause, gate number 4. And joining is Vitality for Stronach Stables to gate 5. Next in is Hatmaker Gizmo. The first of the pair for Ivan Delos. The beautifully turned out Piper's Factor, gate number 7, is on the move for Kazushi Kimura. Currently the favorite for the Coronation Futurity at 9-5. Next along will be
still circling around at Gulfstream.
Has gone in, and alongside comes Bubbo.
We might have to go quad box here, though.
On the stretch out here today.
I'll try to keep an eye on
it. As is a number of them. Going forward, it'll be Pontiac. As Bubbo edges in. Bubbo to gate number 8 for Esjuan Flores. Out the saddle momentarily. The rider of King Rosso still out. Pontiac and Zippy Gizmo. It is Pontiac for Barbara Minchelbarn. Has done well, this horse at price. And coming up is Zippy Gizmo to the outside gate as Patrick Husbands gets back on King Rosso. Stand by for a start. Luis Contreras and Zippy Gizmo, the 1 out. Set to run. Away they race in the Coronation Futurity, a great start. And Bubbo best into stride deep on the track. Going forward is And they emerge at the top 2 by a length. In third placing early is Naptown with No More Options slipping up on the inside, and Vitality on their outer. A break of 2.5 to Hatmaker Gizmo. 3 wide early is Pontiac towards the back with King Rosso the inside and Thor's Cause the centre, and Zippy Gizmo's the trailer. Bubbo shows the way by a length to Piper's Factor and goes across to the inside. Bubbo in front, Piper's Factor second. Racing Handy is Vitality, just 1 off the inside. A beautiful position, No More Options on the inside in 4th, and 1/2 to Naptown. 2 lengths away, Pontiac around Hatmaker Gizmo. 1.5 lengths to Thor's Cause, King Rosso on the inside. And at the back on the rail is Zippy Gizmo, 2 behind, but racing clear, Bubbo. Bubbo shows the way into the Coronation Futurity, and the first quarter 24 and 3.5, 48 and 3, leads by 2.5. More options. The insides had the run of the race. A length away, Naptown, then Hatmaker Gizmo, Pontiac, King Rosso, Thor's Cause. And on the outside now, Zippy Gizmo. They bunch a little bit. Bubbo's lead 1.5 lengths to 2. Piper's Factor. And Bubbo going along nicely in front. Piper's Factor making inroads now. A length away third. No More Options has come clear of Naptown, who's pushed along. On the inside, Hatmaker Gizmo. Then Vitality. Zippy Gizmo's letting loose, running on. Then Pontiac. And towards the back, Thor's Cause and King Rosso. Bubbo hasn't shown any signs of surrender in the Coronation Futurity. Bubbo by 1.5 lengths to Piper's Factor, and down the stretch Bubbo reminded to keep going here and is out by 2.5 lengths. Piper's Factor in second, the only danger, and maybe no danger. Bubbo has obliterated them, and the Coronation Futurity, a gate to wire win by Bubbo by 3 lengths to Piper's Factor. No More Options third, a gap to Nap.
All right. Fast and Furious.
And to complete the lot of the outside, Game Boy Betty. They're at the post. And they are off. Game Boy Betty broke well from the outside, but it's Roll to God who forges on there towards the inside, towards the far turn. That's Spy Hunter up on his outside there to engage early. Loyal Louie's up in between horses. Is the back third way towards the turn. 3 wide moving up Game Boy Betty, who's up in the 3rd spot now. Bella Futures there running in the 4th position. That's Hard Rock Gold to his outside. Taking care of business, set to running early on from a 7th. Exchange Date, it was inside with Sterling Harmony next. The quarter was up in 22 seconds flat. They're midway around the far turn. Roll to God is under heavy pressure from Spy Hunter. Spy Hunter, Roll to God. They match strides around the far turn. Bella Future starts to advance up there and will try to thread the scene there 3 wide with Game Boy Betty trying to rush up late. Late run there in between horses from Taking Care of Business, but they reached at a deep stretch now. Roll to God, and Spy Hunter continue to do battle. Spy Hunter takes over the short lead of the outside. Roll to God, Loyal Louie on the scene late, but it's Spy Hunter. Spy Hunter was up to get it from Roll to God. Loyal Louie was up for a third, 103 and 4.
You're muted, by the way.
I was saying Loyal Louie certainly cashes checks.
Yep.
All right. The Golden Gate, 2 minutes.
2 minutes to a 4-horse race.
2 minutes to a 4-horse race. That is awesome. Well, Top Soar is your 5. It's also Top GSR, 8 to 5. The 3, the long shot, is the favorite, 6 to 5. 4 for 32. All these horses have run a lot.
Yep. They kind of are what they are. I mean, the 5 has taken a huge drop here. And has been on the drop carousel, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
The 1 and the 3, I think, are pretty similar to each other. And I think the 4 is rightfully the biggest price on the board. Not really much to play here. I mean, you could maybe do a double if you wanted to take a shot at this 20K maiden claimer. But, you know, you might be better off at Fairgrounds or Tampa at this point.
5-1.
We're on the turf at Tampa again.
5-1 is the paying 5-1. The 1-5 is paying 6-1. So it's the 1-3 and the 5-1 are the two combos in the exacta that are paying the least, and 3-1 is another one.
So
I don't like 3 at all.
Yeah, I don't either, but I'm not making enough money on the 5 to.
Yeah, you got to plunge there if you're going to do anything. And in these short fields like this, they become a rider's race for sure.
And you have Espinoza aboard the 5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I were willing to take 2-1, I would take the 5. That would be my pick.
All right. Well, let's see how this 4-horse field comes out, and then we can go over to Tampa.
Tampa may be off by then. Here we go.
Happy is.
Now it should be right.
Emmenholz Fiesta. Emmenholz Fiesta coming up to the starting gate. She goes in. We're ready to get.
Hey, folks, while you're here, hit the like button.
And Lara.
We haven't solicited the like button in a while.
Happy is up on the pace. Steins Girl prominent in the early stages. And there goes Steins Girl to take the lead with Happy is, who's back in second. Emmenholz Fiesta, 4 pass off the rail in third. Be Mischief in the back on the heels of the leader as they round the clubhouse turn. It's not a fast pace. It's a little bit contentious here as they're packed up, but Steins Girl is the leader. We've never seen her on the lead today. She's on top with Alexander Chavez. Leads by about a length from Happy is and Cristobal Herrera. 3 deep, Emmenholz Fiesta, Asael Espinoza there with Happy is in a space of 2 to Be Mischief and Luis M. Jimenez trailing on the rail down the back.
Right now, I either like the 3 or the 1, just based on what I'm seeing.
Happy is has gotten closer, though, now just a half length back as Steins Girl continues to pave the way here. Emmenholz Fiesta continues to run 3 wide with Happy is and Be Mischief attempting to get closer on the rail as they hit the 4-turn run. Steins Girl around that turn, a length in front. Happy is has come under pressure second. Emmenholz Fiesta takes that position away, and she's after the front runner. Be Mischief, 4th and last still. Now feels the stick as they round the turn and approach the top of the lane. Steins Girl gets the reins shaken at her. She's still comfortably clear. Emmenholz Fiesta in an all-out drive.
But is she comfortably? No.
Up into second once again with Emmenholz Fiesta and then Be Mischief. Final furlong remaining. And Steins Girl is opening up the lead now. She's 4 lengths clear with a 16th to go. And Steins Girl's going to take them gate to wire and trot in here, coasting home to a convincing victory. Emmenholz Fiesta outfinishes Happy is for second.
All right. Well, that wasn't very interesting at all.
No, it was not. So Tampa may have not gone off yet.
Nope.
Who do you like?
It's off.
All right. Charles Chrome is on the lead. So let's look at Fairgrounds.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll watch this race for you. And you have Fairgrounds in 5 minutes to the Ed Brown at Churchill.
Yep. So Fairgrounds, you got Sherry DeVox, Devoy, however you pronounce it, with the 1 horse. Yeah. As your favorite, the Brad Cox horse. The 4 is your top win and top pick here. It's a maiden special weight. Corey Lannery aboard, almost 30% with Brad Cox. Lannery normally a 12% jockey, so that is something to take note of. Second-time starter. Stays on the dirt, not a great GSR. Multi-time non-winner for the 1 horse. I think the 7 is a little interesting here for Brandon Walsh. Again, these GSRs are pretty low. Your top GSR here is the 1 horse. who also is your top pace. The 2 horse, the other Brad Cox horse, and it's the other Brad Cox horse who usually gets you, is a 65 by Constitution. It's also the long shot and a money bag. So I think that's where I'm going here, if they're not off yet.
Looks like 563 at Tampa.
Well, they're nearing the gate at Fairgrounds. As I said, the 2 Brunch Punch, second time starter for Brad Cox, with the higher of GSR of the 2 Brad Cox horses, is also the long shot and the money bag.
Mm-hmm.
And currently sitting at 10-1. You do have an Asmussen horse in the 10 here as well, who's your 3rd best GSR. And moving from DeSormo to Asmussen, the gun runner. He's 13% first race with horse, 17% off the layoff. And they're off. The 1 did not get the lead.
It's Sherry DeVoe, by the way.
DeVoe, okay. Like Balbiv.
Just spelled differently.
Yes. But she's also poison. That was their big hit. And now you know.
Didn't they do the no, they didn't.
They actually performed somewhere recently, like on TV. All right, well, our Cox horse is still on the lead. That 6 horse needs to go away, though.
Aztec Express.
Come on, 2. Not a bad call on my part there. 8-1. 2.
Yeah.
The race isn't over yet, but the 2 won. Went 2-8-1.
That'll be a nice exacta.
That's a nice long shot money bag combo there.
Yeah. 2 was much the best there for sure.
Yep. Broke sharply. James Graham, I believe, it was last year's leading rider at Fairgrounds.
Churchill Downs race 9.
Yep.
Future Stars Day, the Ed Brown non-graded 6.5 furlong race. Boot, probably the big favorite. Yeah, 2-5.
Yeah.
Ones I would like.
Bow Street is not awful here. The long shot.
Yeah, I'd like the 6 and the 1 here to beat the 9, with a little bit of a look to the 2.
Well, what about the 8 for Sano?
I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of that dude. Does
Me either, but when I don't use him, he tends to beat me.
Yeah, I can live with that.
And Lucas on the 7. You know, this horse has been running against good horses.
Yeah, you double dipped the morning line odds there.
Yeah. Very close to the E morning line, though. They're off, by the way. And Booth is not on the lead, even though they're showing Booth on the lead on the graphic. The 1, Bow Street, is on the lead. The 3 is looking dangerous, as is Booth, and the 7 horse right now.
That John Wilkes booth?
Yes.
Or the back booth at the cafe at Seinfeld?
Or the photo booth. 2 is sneaking up the rail. Who do you like here? Many chances. Let's see if the 7 can finish this off for us here on the pick 5. Can he hold off the 2 on the rail? That's a boom for. What'd you say?
Are you live there? Is that the pay leg?
Yep. No, it's the second leg, but that's a second leg boom at 12-1 on the D-Way Lucas horse.
Now the pick 5 here is paying 67.52.
That's a nice payout.
Uh-huh.
But as I mentioned, though,
7-2.
I put this pick 5 together with the ticket generator, put in my budget, put my 2 narrow legs in, and then let the ticket generator spread here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it looks like I actually made a mistake here, and it didn't matter. I had the 2. I only played 1 through 7, 9 here, and I had the 2 in my on my ticket generator. So we all got a little better ROI if this hits.
All right, race 4 at Del Mar, and then we'll get to, the pick 5 at Del Mar.
I thought the 6 horse Noble Union was very interesting.
The long shot, 7-1.
Yep, 7-1, tied for the top SOR. You know, the 5 TikTok, beat 38s, and is your favorite. Lost by almost 15 lengths against 48s. Yeah. Same trainer.
Parabon is 31%. First race off a claim with 13 examples. So that's probably like 4 of them there. Not too shabby. We saw him win a race yesterday. So
well,
off the turf, back to dirt, which makes sense. GSR works.
Also note that if you're looking at my screen here, that the favorite is not a jockey that Parabon normally uses. And Noble Union, he's 30% with, he's a 13% trainer. He's 30% with Pereira aboard. So it looks like he puts Pereira on his live horses.
Yeah, because he's going to typically be available.
Yep. And, the 7, I think, has got a shot too. Here. And the system likes the 4 horse who's the second pick.
Jimmy the Boot gets the apprentice.
Jimmy the Boot. Great name.
All right, what do you guys like? Anybody in the chat playing anything? What do you got?
I know Scott's playing something. Come on, Scott.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I liked a Baffert single in the pick 5 here, provided that it didn't scratch out. I did not update for scratches.
And they're off.
4 is on the lead. 5 and the 6 looking dangerous down the backstretch. Starting to move on the 4 and the 7. And we're coming into the final turn.
6 going to go wide.
6 is going to go wide. Not going to be a factor. It looks like 5 is coming, trying. It's a lot of asking and a lot of slow moving going on right now.
Yeah.
A lot of hanging. Here comes the 6. Come on, get up. Get by your... I have no idea on the bob there. It's whoever won the bob between the 5 and the 6. Any thoughts? What do you think? 5 or 6?
Well, as soon as I catch up, I'll let you know. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Oof. Very close.
Yeah. It was the 5 all the way to the end, but I'm not sure. It's really because they were on very much alternating bobs.
Yeah.
I think it's the 6 because the mirror is after that pull.
Yeah. All right, we got a little time, so if you want to flip through a late pick 5 there, I'll watch.
All right, hold on one sec. I want to see. You can't see anything there. Probably the 5.
Probably the 5. If you need the 6, it's probably the 5. If you want the 6.
Well, I did. I just played a win bet on the 6.
Yeah,
I did not play the 5 at all. Well, why are they telling us? Oh no, it's the 6. Boom.
Yeah, super close. It looked like it's the very last jump.
Yep, it was just it was that alternating bob and the fact that the mirror was a little further. All right, so let's talk about Del Mar late pick 5. And I'll just use the usual budget here.
It was the 6, Liz.
I'm going to do the same thing I was going to do, in terms of picking my narrow legs. Not picking my nose, but picking my narrow legs. So that you have the... Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear
I said the Yaxter and Siri turned on my phone. So apparently she thinks that's the same as Hey Siri. The Yaxter probably is a single here at 57%. The other horse I kind of liked was the 2. The 4 is the long shot here, has win over 60.
Where are you singling?
I think I have to go with the 5 big pond. There's just nothing. I'm probably going to end up going narrower here. Harry, and then I would not go deeper than the 2 Bafferts here. Then.
Yeah, mine was really tiny here. I was only 16.
I probably, so in my work, I had this 5 as a single.
Yeah, and the 4 in the next is likely to in race 7.
Yeah, I like Hong Kong. Harry has let us down before, though. I will remind you in that Shoemaker mile, he did let us down.
But I don't think he's I don't think he's up against it here at all.
Unless Sumter gets away here. It's a sprinter.
Yeah.
Stretching out, the GSR supports it. I mean, did stop in the Del Mar Mile. But, I don't think much of Astronomer. Even though I remember, Astronomer almost knocking us out in the City of Hope Mile there. But again, needs to be on the lead, needs to be faster than Sumter, and has an outside post. The 2 Easter I don't hate. But, let's say you want to go narrow here. And I don't hate this either. And then this last leg, let me just look at my... So when I chart things, I do things, I do things differently in terms of, I'm charting the data here, so I'm just looking. So top SOR, we had a toss on that horse. Let's see, 7, 1, 2. Let me just see what else I have here in terms of. So the 1 horse, I have a toss on, but I'm going to keep here. It's interesting. It's not using the 7. I like the 7. 7 might even be a single here. 2 for 3 at the distance. You're probably tempting fate though, if you play that skinny for that long. Let me just see what else there is here. The 1, it's okay. The 6 is probably a pass for me. Top pace matches. Well, it's top pace and top GSR. So that's
7
at 20.
Gets Frazier, who is really good on the turf. So
I would probably not use the 9 or the 5. So let's get rid of the 5 and the 9. Let's look at this 3. Poopy horse. Poupe. I mean, this horse isn't impossible. It's just been missing. So we'll add the 3 at a price. We're at $30. Let's just look at this first leg. Yeah, $30. There you go.
Yeah, I'm signaling the 5 and the 4 for sure.
And you could go thinner, and you could go 15 here with those 3.
I'm going to find a key two horses in race 5 and hammer a pick 3 with the 5 and the 4 is singles as well.
Yeah, well, I'm probably going to hammer a pick 4, 5, 4, 5, 10, maybe all in the last, and just hammer that.
All right, who do we got here? We got 1 minute to Woodbine, Oldie.
All right, let's look at Woodbine here.
$250,000 Princess Elizabeth Stakes.
I'm getting 5 to 1 on my single, the 2 horse.
Yep.
I'm going to take that and run with that. That's like, you like the 6 you said here, who's at 2 to 1?
No, I just said the 6 is the favorite. Fine. This is race number 9. The 6 is going to take some beating for sure. It's got the right connections and everything else.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one to try and beat it, it would probably be the 7.
I think the 7. So if again, not really a great price on the 5 at 5 to 1. Well, 5 to 1, okay, at 14%. That might be another one, because that horse. Let's look at its work works here if we can. Let me just skip to Woodbine. Let's see. I said so the 5 horse has a 3-star work. So does the 6. So does the 2. But to me, this horse is a little interesting because it's stretching out in distance, one last time out, unlike a lot of these who are either dropping in GSR. This horse is losing 5 points in GSR. Big drop, 9 points on the favorite, 4 points on the 7, on the 5. All these horses, none of them really seem to, on paper, want to route.
They head into the gate. It's 0 minutes.
That sounds like they would be, yes. They are actually off.
They got away by about 2 lengths to War Painter. 454 is the outside. Bravo Kate the rail. Inundation is next, a long last. More Money Honey is 5 behind. Sounds
5's on the lead, by the way.
From Olivia Rose, who's about 3 parts away, moving up in second spot. A couple there. Rosa has a nice trail, but they've got coming up nicely. Bravo,
I like where my 2 is sitting.
Hurricane Claire, a length and a half away. Inundation on the rail. War Painter the outside. 454, second last, and 5 or 6 away last is More Money Honey. Racing through a first quarter in 24-1. The leader remains Sounds Practical by a length to Olivia Rose. 1.5 Erosa. Hurricane Claire on the outside. Bravo Kate saving every inch of ground coming up to share third and tracked along well by Inundation. 2 lengths away War Painter. And then 454. And yet to tack on 4 behind is More Money Honey. Sounds Practical through the half in 48 flat. Leading from Olivia Rose, pushing for the lead now. Coming at them is Erosa in third. Bravo Kate's there if good enough. Inundation making ground on the inside behind Hurricane Claire, and War Painter started to wind up well. And then 454 and More Money Honey going to the front narrowly. Olivia Rose trying to get on by Sounds Practical. Sounds Practical still in front. Right behind them as they come for the home stretch is War Painter down the outside, swooping now. And War Painter's gone by as if they were standing still. And now running on is on the inside Inundation. And War Painter's lead is a couple. Inundation on the inside is
9's going to win this race.
Inundation up the rail. Inundation and War Painter to the wire. And as they hit the wire, a close one between the War Painter the outside or Inundation the rail. A very tight one in the Princess Elizabeth.
I think it was the 9,
More Money Honey and
could have been the angle.
A photo for the win, 145.33.
Yeah, your 2 tracker beam got turned on and sucked right back.
We're off in the
And she's 5 lengths clear. David Jeff Curlin. The quarter was 22-3. Toshiba on top here at 5-2. Romashka giving chase there in the second spot with Miss Unconcerned. Routing up the inside there in the third spot. 1 Smoke and Rita getting geared up fourth right now. Just 3 off the top. Saving ground down at the inside. Condis is free. They cut the quarter here. The finale and turn for home. Miss Unconcerned has saved all the ground. She emerges with the lead. The half is 46-2. Toshiba trying to battle back though down the center. Miss Unconcerned a short lead. Toshiba battling on through. 1 Smoking Rita is smoking late though. 1 Smoking Rita up on the 4 outside. 1 Smoking Rita was up to win it. Very tight for place. Image of
race on the dirt.
Toshiba there as well.
I haven't seen that in about 2
hours. That's not the dirt.
Fourth, 105-1.
That's not the dirt.
Oh, it's Tapeta again. What are they? They don't even.
Yeah, you can see the turf right there.
Right.
That's how you know.
You're right.
All right, Golden Gate race 4. Flying at us. We got a couple of minutes at the rate that they load there. We have a 5-horse race this time.
What's up, Brad? What's your next play? Tell us. We got what here? 14 minutes to Del Mar, and then we're going to be out of here.
We got, yeah.
But the red light's probably on, Goldie.
It is. I'm just pointing out that it's a 5-horse race, 3-2 on the 1.
That's one more than the last race. So.
Yep, 3-2 on the 1, 4-5 on the 4. So if you're going to make any money, you might as well just box the 2, 7, and 3 and pray.
Yeah, there you go. Pick and pray. 50% on the 4, 21% on the 1. Not a lot here. Or you could just take the 7, go with the long shot, which 0 for 8.
It's 3.
I'll be right back.
All right, you do that.
Adapted memory. One more. 'Tis the Heart of Dixie. Coming up. We're ready to go. And they're off. Infinite Love hopped in the air at the start and is well out of it after that. Crescendo Molto going right to the front here and establishes a clear lead from Adapted Memory in the second
One
spot.
looks gone.
After My Own Heart is third. 'Tis the Heart of Dixie in the fourth position gets to the rail, and Infinite Love after the disastrous break is at the rear of the field, 9 behind. Crescendo Molto, who leads the way and gets a breather approaching the backstretch run, leads by about a length. After My Own Heart takes the second spot, and Adapted Memory was trying to get out on that first turn, is back in third, loses a position because of that. Then 'Tis the Heart of Dixie, Infinite Love a bit keen here on the outside, claims the fourth position as Crescendo Molto has really slowed that pace down in the second quarter mile, still leads the charge a length and a quarter. After My Own Heart has been second the whole backstretch run. Adapted Memory back in a good stride. She's third. Now it joins second after My Own Heart outside of her. Infinite Love and 'Tis the Heart of Dixie pretty much together as Crescendo Molto picks up the pace, steps on the gas, and she accelerates, opens up 2.5 lengths. And I'll tell you what, Adapted Memories under pressure to get going with After My Own Heart. 2 back to 'Tis the Heart of Dixie. Infinite Love, not her day today at the quarter pole. Crescendo Molto is going to take some catching. Crescendo Molto off the turn. Adapted Memory loses second. 'Tis the Heart of Dixie at 11-1, trying to reel in the front runner. Crescendo Molto is a final furlong to go in a length lead. 'Tis the Heart of Dixie, second. Adapted Memory, third, and she's finding her best stride late. She's coming on now. Adapted Memory, Crescendo Molto needs the line badly, and she's going to get it. Crescendo Molto held off Adapted Memory. 'Tis the Heart of Dixie, third. After My Own Heart, Infinite Love, fourth and fifth.
Four to 5 favorite. And we now will move to, we got Fairgrounds Race 8 coming up. It is 5.5 furlongs on the turf. Got some significant pace at 5.5 furlongs, which is a tough distance to go gate to wire at. But the one looks like could get an easy lead, or could get the lead here. Shouldn't say an easy lead. And has shown some tactical ability. This is the Pan Zaretta Stakes. You have the 5 who does appear to need the lead, former Wesley Ward horse. And you have this 3 horse who is 24% and 15-1, or 15-1 on the morning line, 5-1 on the morning line, and 5-1 right now. And then you have the 8 and the 9 that are the top 2 picks. So the current favorite is this 9 horse. And then you have the 8 for Brad Cox. Has just not been able to get home. And if you're looking at, again, that 3 horse is the long shot as well. But if you're looking for another interesting long shot, let's see if we can find one. How about the 6 horse, Medalla Match, who's 12-1?
No, if it can repeat its last one, definitely has a chance. Yeah. I actually have a note on this one and hit a few winners of that one at Remington. So, but the 8, you're right, definitely has not been going good.
Yeah, 2 for 12 at the distance. At 3-1, I'll pass on that all day.
Yeah.
You know, I mentioned this 1 horse who's currently 16-1 has shown some tactical ability. Is not going to be all that outclassed. You know, so this horse at 16-1 might be worth a win place show bet.
Sure. What do you like, Brad, at Churchill in the 10th? We'll hit that one next, and then we'll close it out with Del Mar. I've been following your Churchill plays today. Churchill has turned out to be Oaklawn East in the fact that they don't have a turf course.
Yes, but they haven't had a turf course in 3 years, so 2 years.
Yeah.
No, it's
10
3.
million buys you a lot.
And
it's 3. Race 9, 7, 1, 3, 6, 7 with to the 1. I like it.
And and Scott Free would know this, who I'm talking about, but they should have brought in Roger Bossert, the sod father, who over half the NFL stadiums who use grass use his mix, and Arlington used his mix. He's the former White Sox groundskeeper. Has his own breed of grass that he crossbred and created. If I were trying to fix a turf course like that, that's the guy I would bring in.
You know who else has their own breed of grass?
If you're going to say but that's a different type of grass.
Cheech and Chong. They got their own breed.
Yes, I get plenty of Twitter ads from them.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, they're coming on.
Brad race 9, 7, 1, 3, 6, 7, 1.
5.5 furlong, 100 grand stakes race here at the Fairgrounds.
Which is better than the Bear Grounds.
Yes.
Or the Bear Grylls, for that matter.
All right. I will be looking forward to the Florida State University of Florida game tonight. Hopefully, Florida State.
Is there a trophy for that game? Like
the trophy is if Fairgrounds win, I cash my parlay. That's the trophy.
No, I mean when Minnesota plays somebody, it's the Paul Bunyan's axe. There's
probably some form of an alligator or something like that.
There's some sort of jug. It's not the claret jug. I know that's golf trophy.
Yeah, that's the Open Championship.
Yeah.
They're not sending that over to Florida to hand out.
It would be awesome if they did for a college football game.
All right, you may have to flip over to Churchill and see how that one goes.
The one's on the lead, the 5, the favorite is pressing. Not really much else to talk about right now. They turn from home or to home, same order. Here comes the 3. Or is that the 9? I can't tell. The 8 finishing hard down the middle. It's the 9, by the way, not the 3. It's going to go 5, 8, 9. So pretty much chalk. And then Churchill, we were just 7, 8 here in the in the gate.
Not the Golden Gate.
No, definitely not. 8 broke really slow. Seven is going to battle the 1 on the lead. And it's going to get over on the 1 and clear. So 1's name is that Dozen Diamonds or Dustin Diamonds, the Screech from Saved by the Bell. He's the late Dustin Diamonds, I believe.
I believe so, yes. He did pass away. Pratt out there winging it.
He is. On the 7 West Sunset. Quick pace. Let's see if the 7's got anything left.
47.
Yeah, well, I'm ahead of you, so.
Yeah.
Still on the lead. The 2 snuck up in there and might buy. What is the odds on the 2? The 2 is 6-1 and is looking like a winner. And going to win by open lengths.
Yeah. Sorry, Brad. Good try.
Same with me. I'm out there. But...
Probably went a little too fast there.
Yeah, well, the 8 blew the brake too.
Mm-hmm.
And then rush up. So that's the long shot and top GSR on the 2.
All right, folks. 1 minute to Del Mar, and then we'll call it a wrap. Hit the like button. If you're still with us, log out and log back in with somebody else's account and do it again. Thanks for joining. We'll figure out what we're doing next week. I haven't even looked to see what Saturday has anything exciting.
And I will be at a cheerleading competition, so hopefully Justin or Scotty will be able to join you.
All right. I still would like to see some of your cheerleading moves. I think we're all waiting for that, but.
Rah, rah, sis, boom, bah. That's all I have to say.
All right. So what did you have here, Oldie? I like the 6 here. Ashley Sandcastle gets 1. Phil.
Yeah, it could be.
Not the favorite.
I was 1, 3 through 6 here. This was
1, 3 through 6.
And my $30 pick 5.
Pick 6, pick 5 pool over 300K.
Today was probably the day to play the pick 6 had we been paying attention. Because you could have gotten that 6 in the first leg. And you have all the chalk singles. So if you get a price here and a price at the end, and the chalk singles in the middle, it could still pay pretty decently.
Yeah, my current outlook on the pick 6, the dollar one, is to just play when there's a carryover.
Yeah, or not play at all.
Yeah. Exactly. And folks, if go search Twitter, go out there on the interwebs and search for Bet with the Best podcast, and you'll listen to the one with Steve Christ. Lots of good information there in terms of pick 5, pick 6s, valuing horses, all kinds of good stuff. So it's an hour and a half. Good if you're in the car, listen to it in chunks, but there's a lot of good information there that will hopefully help you become a little bit better at what you do.
And, if we're not able to get Scotty on next week and it's the following week that Scotty's on, we'll offer an update on E for everybody.
Yeah.
From him.
I know he was busy this week with family, so.
Perfectly acceptable. 1's on the lead. Here comes the 7's going to get over and clear at 24-1. Speed's been dangerous on this turf course.
It has.
And the 7 is
still looking good.
Still on the lead, yeah.
The site of the next 2 Breeders' Cups.
Hopefully they get more horses to come over.
Well, if they keep scratching them, they're not going to come.
Well, if they keep sending horses that aren't sound, they should keep scratching them.
I don't know if they weren't sound or not. There's a lot of debate on a lot of that.
Yeah, there were a lot of.
Yeah, one of the not sound horses.
Come on, 6, get there.
Went overseas and won.
Whether they win or not doesn't have anything to do with them being sound, though.
Sure, it does. You generally you can't win if you're not.
Well,
sound.
it depends what they're shooting up with. What's legal in Europe that's not legal here?
Nothing is legal in Europe.
Again, it's what they can't test for and what they don't know about. The one just held off your 6, by the way.
Of course. But I had a little action on the 6 to place. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Good run for the 6. All right, folks, it's time to get ready to go out to dinner. So thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. Don't forget to sign up for the coaching classes. Hit the like button on the way out the door. Oldie, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Hang out with you. Yeah. So good luck at the cheerleading next week, and we'll see you soon.
One other thing we often forget, but thank you to the Stronach Group and the Woodbine for allowing us to show the races live.
Yep, absolutely. All right, folks. Have a good one.